Nets Kingdom.
Fuck that house now. I'm back. To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it. Yeah.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy AJ. I'm here with Cypher and Rage. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Nets Kingdom 1, and all our Twitters are scrolling at the bottom. So today we are covering Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant has been a hot topic on Twitter in the NBA draft community. He's been rising because great interviews. He's a very well-spoken guy. He did athletically. He just went out the box on Combine Day. Let me get into that. So the Combine, he measured at 6'6.5" barefoot, 214 pounds, with a 6'11 1/4 wingspan. So almost a 7-foot wingspan, 8'10" standing reach. Now at the Combine, he jumped 39-inch vertical. So he had the second highest vertical leap out of everybody in the Combine. Drake Powell had the highest, and Carter Bryant was second. So he went out the park with the athleticism. Let me read what NBA Drafts.net has about him. It says here he's a skilled and athletic wing with ideal physical tools for the modern NBA wing, measured at 6'8", with a smooth shooting stroke and explosive leaping ability. One of the top above the rim athletes in his class, showing the ability to finish alley-oops and transition dunks with ease. Possesses good length and lateral agility, giving him upside as a multi-positional defender. So before we get into his defense, which is his biggest strength, I want Cypher to just break down the shooting aspect of Carter Bryant. Like, read the stats and then the shooting, because we don't really know, if he was a great shooter or not. So let us, go ahead.
Okay, so percentage-wise, he shot 37% from three on 2.8 attempts per game. Now, 2.8 attempts doesn't seem like a lot on paper, but again, he only played 19 minutes per game.
Yeah,
at Arizona. So it's like when you adjust on a per 100 possession basis, he shot 8.4 attempts per game from three. Now the problem is like none of these were like off screens or movement threes or step back threes. Like it was just spot up threes, standing stationary. Somebody would throw him the ball and he would just take it, and it looked good. Again, he shot 37% on those shots,
right.
So a good percentage. Now, the concern here with Carter Bryant is everything else besides stand still, catch and shoot threes.
Yeah. That's where I'm like, we'll start with his weaknesses. That's where I'm kind of concerned about him is
offense.
The offense. He doesn't have any kind of creation skills. He's not gonna, pick and roll ball handle. He's not gonna do any of that.
Just kind of spot ups and we'll drive to we'll get his buckets like at the rim, on line drives or literal just cuts, big on the cuts, which is very good.
Yes, very good cutter. He could go downhill, he could attack a closeout, but I'm saying it's still he doesn't really have a bunch of.
He doesn't have the 3-point gravity that someone like Concanable has to do.
Exactly. He doesn't have that gravity. So guys are going to sink back on him and see oh, you really want to shoot it? Then shoot it. They're going to, play drop on him. Because when he attacks that closeout, he doesn't really have a bunch of counters. Like I said, he's more of just a spot up guy from what we saw at Arizona. Like I said, he's still he's a kid. Obviously, he's 18, 19 years old.
It's like a Ryan Dunn type of 3-point shooter almost.
Right. You can develop this part of your game. That's why I'm saying he still has a little bit of upside there, because if he develops that part of his game, then he becomes a prototypical two-way wing, which are very valuable in today's NBA. Very, very valuable, because you think about the two-way wings in the conference finals right now. The Jaden McDaniels, all these
J-Dubs.
The J-Dubs, those two-way wings are very valuable, bro. Very valuable. OG Anunoby is a great defender for the Knicks. Those are the products. Those are guys. That's why I'm saying Carter. I feel like
all those guys you listed those are like high-end, versatile, like ball handling, shot making.
Right. That's
shot
his
creating
ceiling. That's what
wings.
you say, Carter. If Carter Bryant develops that part of it, that would be his ceiling, right? That's not him right now.
That's what you're hoping for in
That's
Carter
what you're
Bryant
hoping for.
offensively.
Yes, that's what you're
Well,
hoping for.
here's the thing, though. Technically speaking, yes,
Mhm.
but that's like saying, "Oh, Cam Thomas' ceiling is Steph if he becomes like the greatest shooter ever." It's like, sure. Theoretically speaking, yes. If
Yeah.
he developed the multitude of skills, he could be like a Jalen Williams or OG Anunoby.
Mhm.
The problem is he is just so far away
He is.
from that.
Mhm.
Like he's not even like he's not even taking those types of shots. Like
No.
it's not like an Ace Bailey thing where it's like, oh, he's moving. Like he's trying to make reads. He's trying to
Yeah.
like isolate and have all this motion and fluidity to his game. Like with Ace, you could squint and see like a higher ceiling with him because at least he's doing it. It might not all of the way be there, but he's doing it. The problem with Carter Bryant is that like the dude isn't even a starter in college, and for him to have that kind of ceiling, like he's not even isolating at all. Like he's not
Yeah.
isolating. He's not dribbling the basketball. He's not on the ball at all. Like he attempted, 6 shots per game in college. And look, again, like you adjust per minutes, but still, he is so far away from being like a Jalen Williams type of player. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
think a
very
better.
far away. Very
This
far
is
away.
this is a big diamond in the rough type of offensive
But
guy.
I'm saying
You know where you're going to get defensively, but
the
like,
reason
you
I
know,
brought
his-
those ceilings up is because
You would have to believe.
some people have this guy going top 10. Some mocks have this guy going top 10, top 12. So I'm like, if you have him going that high and he's rising, I'm like, that's what you have to see for his ceiling. There's no like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have a draft a guy at number 8 who has a Kelly Oubre ceiling.
Yeah,
or
no, that's
a
the only
Dorian
reason you're
Finney,
drafting him that high because
a
it's like I
Dorian
think
Finney
ultimately
Smith,
with
a Trey like I guess they're assuming like he's gonna be like a Trey Murphy, Herb Jones type, like
Well, with him, with Carter Bryant, so
mhm,
the only way, because I could see a scenario where Sean Marks goes off board and takes him at 8. Like I could see that happening, but
mhm,
they would have to interview this guy
mhm.
and really believe that he could have like the same trajectory as a Kawhi Leonard, where he was projected to be a 3-and-D wing, and then he developed all these dimensions to his game, this offense creation where he could be a superstar. Like that's the
Yeah.
only way I could see him getting the Nets drafting him with number 8, and I could see another team in between 8 and then where we're at our second pick at 19. I could see another team like selling themselves on the upside and taking him there because with him, look, a 6'6.5" without shoes at the combine, 7-foot wingspan, 39-inch vertical. Like he has the body of an NBA player.
Yes.
Like he has like all, and the defense is elite. Like I'll say that, no issues on the defensive side of the ball. He
Yeah.
is a textbook perfect defender.
Yeah.
It's just the offense. Like if he could develop any type of on ball shot creation, like this dude is going to be a top 50 player in the NBA, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get into his defense because we talked about his weaknesses and why we think that. To me, I think Carter Bryant is more of like a 10 to 14 type of guy. The defense, though, the big strength, like he is such a great defender. I mean, like I said, the combination of his lateral quickness, he has like shot blocking instincts, disruptive force on the court. Again, he can lock down wings and guards at the point of attack, scales up to defend bigger front court players in the post. He's 7-foot wingspan, 6'8". You think about today's NBA, and like I said, those teams competing, they need a guy you need a guy that's going to take, the best player, and the best player in the world, like right now, not the best, well, Jokic is the best player in the world right now, but if you look at the top, 10, 15 players, it's a bunch of wings on that list, and you need big wings to guard. It's just what you need in the NBA today. So that's why I think Carter Bryant at his floor, he has a safe floor to me because of that elite defense. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying he still needs to work on like reads and awareness and, the little fundamentals of defense too, like just the little things. But I'm saying
I don't know if he has a safe floor. Because
I think his floor is safe because of the defense and then his size and the athleticism. You need athletes. You need athletic guys on your team. You need athletic guys.
Well, here's the thing though. We've seen a
Mhm.
lot of guys like similar to him that
Mhm.
had the defense, that had like the physical traits, but couldn't develop any offensive game, and that game couldn't get better. And they're
Yeah.
basically out of the league or borderline out of the league. Like Josh Jackson, Matisse Thybulle, Zaire Williams kind of on the team right now, like Keon Johnson. Like these are all guys with insane athletic tools or size, and the offensive game couldn't come around, and they're journeymen.
But let me counter that with, okay, if Carter doesn't develop the creation, but at least he has the great shot mechanics. If he just becomes a spot up guy, let's say he becomes a spot up guy, just a catch and shoot. You just ask him to catch and shoot and hit. What do you shoot? 37% from three. I know it was a small percentage, but if he shoots 37 on 4 attempts a game and he's playing you great defense, isn't that's safe to me? That's just safe.
That's a safe. No, that's a safe floor.
I'm saying if he doesn't do
it's literally it's a matter of also, but it's also obviously like you get it's a matter of getting that 3-point shot consistent. Yeah. Like that's just the biggest part of his offensive game too. Like to be able to stick in the league because there's no question about his defense. Yeah. It's literally just being able to be a reliable shooter, and then everything else coming about it at the same time. Like if he can't shoot, he will not be in the league. But if
if he can't shoot, this is all all the way out the window.
If he's at least shooting 35% from 3, Carter Bryant will be a high-end starter.
Well, here's the thing though, and this is something that we also have to understand about the game of basketball is there is such a thing as like a fake shooter, where it's like they shoot a high percentage, but it's because it's either
small usage.
Well, that or the defense is like we'll leave them open because this whole playoff run, like that, the Clippers Nuggets series, like they left Chris Dunn and Derrick Jones Jr. wide the hell open.
They did,
and I'm pretty sure if I look up their stats, their 3-point shooting stats look good, but because they were open, the defense wasn't paying them any attention. Like that's the whole goal of being a shooter. It's not to just have like a high percentage, a decent percentage, but hey, does the defense respect you to prevent like them double teaming your real star player?
Yeah,
and that's the thing, because I think like Carter Bryant, he could shoot 35% from 3 on 5 attempts, four attempts in the NBA.
Yeah,
but can he shoot 40 to 45% on wide open attempts and punish the defense?
That's a tough.
And then really make the defense like close out on him, because if they can't do that, then he'll get played off the floor.
Yeah,
facts.
And that's where I think his upside is reliant upon, because it's like we're like teams who are drafting him are kind of like projecting his shooting to be at least give us a catch and shoot guy, at least be a catch and shoot guy that shoots
at least
like
all right. Yeah.
That's what teams are banking on. Because like I said, I look at his mechanics and I've looked at his mechanics. It looks good. Like his shot looks fluid. He has the textbook high release. Like it's textbook high release. Elbow's great. He just makes him make his release a little bit faster. He's a little slow on it, but if he just speeds it up a little bit, it's a great release. Like it's a great shot mechanics. So I think teams are seeing that and like projecting like, okay, we don't have much room. We just have to just make him a reliable shooter, more consistent shooter. We'll bump the usage up so we can really see if he's a shooter or not. If that doesn't succeed for him, then he could be, we call him a bust. But if that does succeed for him, that's where I'm saying the upside is there, and then his floor is safe.
Well, one more like red flag with Carter Bryant, and look, I said this before the stream started. He is the wing equivalent of Daron Sharp. Like he was not similar to Sharp. Like he was not a starter in college. Played sub 20 minutes per game, and similar to Sharp, like their hustle and energy is great, but that comes at the consequence of fouls. Like Carter Bryant played less than 20 minutes per game. He was 15th in total personal fouls in the Big 12 conference. Like he struggled to stay on the floor because he would just foul so much.
Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about, the little details of defense too. Like, the communication part of it, there's more than just having the tools to be a great defender. There's
not overly gambling,
court mapping,
having the discipline.
Yeah, discipline. Yeah, he needs. That's what I'm saying. He has the tools, and he's a great defender. But there's those small things he got to work on. And then also, I want to add on to his weaknesses. This is what scouts were bringing up. First, they were saying the ball handling in traffic is very loose. He needs to improve that. Upside as a shot creator, like Saif was saying, playmaking. His playmaking is not really that good. He doesn't really make reads in the pick and roll because he's more of an off-ball guy. He has decent vision, but his passes were just basic swing, or hit the dunker spot or the low man when there's blown coverage. And then where I did see a small hint of playmaking, he showed a little flashes in some of the film where it was just transition passing. Like he would get the outlet pass and would make a really, really good court kind of vision pass. Like, those kind of like long outlets and hitting a guy right on the spot to get a layup. Those passes, he was really, really crisp on. Those are type of like those court vision passes, or like, those kind of reads. Like he's good at that kind of playmaking, but everything else, it's very, very below average. So, and I'm thinking at the NBA level, they're not going to ask him to play make. You're a 3-and-D wing. That's what you are, a 3-and-D prototypical wing. And I think that's what NBA teams are like reviewing him as. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, and at least with obviously his physical tools and his speed and his effort level, you're always gonna get that transition passing. It's obviously just a matter of not having those moments where it's like you're overthrowing it, times, and like that's like an actual problem. It's just a matter of like, yeah, what is he doing in the half court? But like you said, it really is not going to be asked upon him at all, all. Not with his defensive talent. And not like if he's guarding that number one, which I envision him being once he's in the league.
Yeah.
Like as long as he's doing that and giving you threes, the last thing he's going to be asked to do is play make.
Yeah, exactly. And then also shot create. You don't want to ask Carter Bryant to shot create. Like I said, that's why I'm saying he can fit on every team because of his archetype, but it's the shooting where the upside is in balance. And now the last question before we get out of here, for his mock draft, where do you guys see Carter Bryant? Do you think the Nets should reach for that 8th? Because a lot of people saying he should be a number 8 on Twitter.
I could see the Nets taking him at 8 because of all the upside, but I don't know. This is the hard. It would be a mistake in my opinion because look, wasn't a starter in college, struggled to stay on the floor, a ton of upside, but I don't know, just very risky at 8. I mean, I could see it. I could see it happening, but I would feel more comfortable taking him at like 19 if he was available.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Tankathon has him at 19. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I personally am like I'm personally on the level of where I don't think there's a chance we take him at 8. I think it's almost 0, and I like picking him at 19, and I think ultimately where he lands in a mock draft is anywhere from 12 to 19. I don't think he falls below our 19th pick, but I don't think he shoots up overly because of that insanely limited play that he had. It was very limited, and there's clear aspects of his game that need help. Simple enough.
Yeah. No, you said it perfectly. Yeah, I think that's his range, that area. But let us know in the comments. Follow us on Instagram at NetsKingdom1.
Hold on, real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but I got a question for both you guys. Okay, pick 19. Both these guys are available. Who do you choose? Carter Bryant or Igor Denham?
Ooh. That's tough. I would have to say it depends. Who's our first pick, though?
That's a good point. That's exactly what I was going to ask. If we're drafting a point guard, you're drafting Carter Bryant.
Yeah.
If we draft a center, you're drafting Igor 100%.
Yeah, I say it like that. That's what I would say if you're telling me that.
Okay.
So it really depends on my
especially
first
at
pick.
19. Yeah.
It depends on our first pick. But like I said, his range, there's so many, like I think there's a couple wings in that range. Like I'm looking at it now. There's
Rasheer Fleming.
Rasheer Fleming's the guy that sticks out, yeah.
Yeah, Rasheer, Yegor, there's Liam McNeely, Asenge,
I think at
Clifford,
19, I might take Carter Bryant over Rasheer Fleming. Because I'm pretty sure, and I didn't look this up. Hold on, Carter Bryant. How old is he? 19.
I think he's 19.
Yeah, it was just 19. A freshman year.
19. He'll be 20 in October. Okay, so he's young. He's a little bit younger than Rasheer Fleming.
It's a really good age. Really good age for
NBA. Still young. He's still young. Yeah. Like I said, it's debatable. Like I said, it's debatable. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let us know in the comments where you guys would take Carter Bryant. Again, Instagram is NetsKingdom1. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We'll be back with more scouting reports.